You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that is coming to a place with ocean view. You're like an old familiar friend when all is new. Drumming on a first day summer day. You're like the scent of coffee brewing in the morning. You're like the crackling of a fireplace on a chilly winter night. You're like a cabin made for two while inside is snowing. Oh, oh. Just like a movie scene wherever you go.
So it begins.
New book. You know that I know that you know. Do you know that I know that you know? And when you drop one of your smiles, the sound of tears and violence rise. Cause your laughter is the soundtrack of my life. The soundtrack of my life. Soundtrack of my life. The soundtrack of my life. You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that's coming to a place with
little cab.
You're like an old familiar friend when all is new. When all is new. You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of the trip that's coming.
I've got to get ready. I haven't had a talking vlog clip since we've been here. This is the last day for me. I'm flying back tonight. I have an airport standby tomorrow night, but also apparently a hurricane is rolling into California, which I think is the first time the tropical storm has rolled into the California coast for like 80 years, or I saw something like that. Anyway, so it's probably for the best I'm flying out tonight. Hopefully I can get out of here without any hiccups. I have a jump seat booked, so I know I have a seat regardless. I'm not like standby, I'm on the jump seat. We only got to go in the water for like 2 days because 2 out of the 4 days I was here, it was really cold and overcast both days, but it's a really good day. Today was one of those good days. I was in the water, it was really fun. So I'm sad to go, but I am excited to get home to the cats and in my own bed and have like a good night's rest. Hello. The last I talked to you, I think that I was getting ready to leave the beach camping trip. And it is actually a few days later. So I did have a set of A days that were on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I did a standby on the first night and ended up getting used for a lean over. It was an easy lean over, and shockingly enough, I probably had about 3 hours of broken sleep on the lean over. I was able to sleep a little bit because I was so tired from not having slept very well like at all during that whole beach experience. I love camping, like I genuinely love camping, but yeah, I don't sleep very well. It is what it is. I had a great time though. I did finish a couple of books while I was out there, which makes me just so happy. I feel like I am a night reader because when I'm in bed, there's less distractions. I'm not a very good reader at home though, besides that, because there's just so many distractions. I think about all the things I need to do at home and all of that, but I just wanted to like very quickly talk about the books that I've read because that's just something that I love and I'm passionate about, so let's talk. So a book that I actually bought when I was on my New York layover a few weeks ago, I think it was the last vlog, the one that I forgot my camera, so I just have a few clips from my phone. I bought this book called Saturnalia by Stephanie Feldman. This was a book I've never heard anything about, and it was just like on the shelves with like, one of those shelves where like the employees of the bookshop will like tell you why they liked it. And it said it was like dark academia, but like crazy, and it all takes place in the course of one night, and it's like very occulty. It was wild. There is so much to say about this book, even though it is so little. It's kind of like dystopian world where the world around has basically just gone to hell. There's plagues, there's stuff going on, society's collapsing, stuff like that. But this book like doesn't really address that. Like there's a few words that mention that, a few sentences that mention that, but outside of that, this is a very centralized story. Like it's very contained on the one thing, and you just have a main character who a few years ago left a cult, and you're not really sure why. Then she is kind of given the opportunity to infiltrate the cult, and like you get bits and pieces of flashbacks of what happened previously. It was so much fun. It is so bizarre. The weirdest things happen in this story. I could not predict it. The weirdest things happen at the end, where if you told me that would have happened without knowing the story, I would have been like, that's weird, I don't want to read that. But like having read this, I'm like, I'm obsessed. So that's all. I finished that pretty quickly because it's a short book. The other book I finished while on the beach was South of Border, West of the Sun by Haruki Murakami, I think is how you pronounce the name. I was so addicted to this story that I went and ordered 2 of his other books. This was insane. I really need somebody. I haven't even written my review because I'm just like I'm still so like perplexed. Like I've still got a lot of things to think about. I guess he's known for ending a lot of his books on like very ambiguous tones, like kind of makes you think rather than telling you exactly what happened. And basically you just have this person, the main character, grew up in a small town in Japan, and his best friend ever, and they grew up together. And then he moved away, I think for like high school, and then he just has thought about her ever since. And he is now 37 or something like that, and married with kids, and has a very successful life. This person stumbles into his life again. It's obviously this inner battle, like it's heavy inner monologue of his, of what he wants and what he thinks is best for him, and like how life would have been different if he would have been able to like grow up with her and fall in love with her and marry her. But it just sounds so like easy and predictable compared to what actually this story is about. But that's like the overall story. But I just really like, there's so much more that goes on in this, and it gets so crazy, and then it ends so ambiguously. Wow. And the last thing I finished recently, which I've been slowly reading over the course of like almost 2 months, is Slow Days Fast Company, The World, the Flesh in LA by Eve Babbitt. This is like a collection of short stories, so I just didn't need to like read it all at once. I really liked this. There was a lot of mentions of certain Southern California / LA things that you would just get if you grew up in Southern California, or if you spent a lot of time in Southern California or near LA. One of the things she talks about is the Santa Ana winds, and how like she believes they make people crazy and they give people migraines and headaches. And I just like, obviously I've never grown up in my life being like, oh, the Santa Ana winds make people crazy, but it was just like, it struck a chord with me, because the Santa Ana winds, like it's just something that you know are coming, and it's something you got to deal with, and a lot of times they're blistering hot winds. It was good. A lot of other themes and sentences and quotes that I highlighted in this, and I don't need to get too in depth, but it was really good. I really liked it. Today is Wednesday. I don't work again until Friday, and I actually have the New York layover that I love so much. That same trip, the one leg there, long layover, one leg back. Sad thing is that rotation is no longer on the schedule for the next month, for September, and I'm like heartbroken. I don't understand the reasoning for that, because it's a very desirable trip and it goes pretty senior, but you're able to pick it up, and sometimes you can find it on open time to swap into. And I don't know why they would take it away, because there's a lot of complaints from the people that I fly with, and honestly from everyone, that the Salt Lake base needs to like get better at trip construction, and I just don't know why they would get rid of a highly desirable trip. So I mean, there's a lot of other things that go into that statement. I don't need to blab on and on about it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense why they would take it away. So we don't really have a long JFK layover 2-day trip anymore. So I'm gonna have to struggle to try to find the right trips to bid for to try to get long New York layovers, but I'm going on Friday, and unfortunately I'm not A position. The A position never opened up. I actually got really lucky, and this trip was on open time, so I swapped into it right away, but it was just for regular position. If you haven't watched a lot of my videos, I usually only work A, which is lead. I just prefer it. I like having the organization. I like setting the tone for the trip. I like kind of having that extra responsibility, but also we get paid more when we're lead. So I do bid for lead, and most of the time I get almost all of my trips on my line to be lead. And if I don't, then I can usually swap and get into a lead one. But this one, I could never get into the lead one for, unfortunately, but it's all good. On Friday, before I go to work though, I'm doing something crazy. I'm changing my hair, and not the color. I'm still gonna be a redhead. Not changing the color. I will show it on this vlog. I think I might end this vlog right after that though, and then start a new vlog with the New York trip. I'm not 100% sure, but stay tuned. Stay tuned to the end of this vlog, or probably the next few clips, to see what my hair looks like. But I don't know how to feel. I'm like so excited but so nervous. I've had so many days off. Oh, the one thing I was gonna say really fast though is, yeah, so I had a lean over, and then I got assigned a 5 a.m. report turn for my third day. And I put it up on like we have like Facebook swap groups, and I put it up on the Facebook swap group, and I was like, please somebody help me. Like, I will not sleep if I have this trip. I will not be able to fall asleep at night, and then I won't sleep at all. Like, I just won't sleep. I just did a lean over where I didn't really sleep. Like, please help me. Somebody swap me with anything. And somebody reached out and said, will you take a turn or a lean over next month? And I was like, I will take a turn next month. So I took one of their turns next month, and they took that. So I have actually been off now since I got home on Sunday morning from the lean over. So I almost have like a whole week off, because I have the rest of Sunday, and then Monday through Thursday, and then half of Friday, which is crazy. I've been kind of lazy these last few days though. I feel like I'm recouping from not sleeping very well on camping and all of that. I do kind of miss work though, which is crazy to say, but I do kind of miss work. So I am slightly excited to go back to work on Friday. Only a little bit. I would be more excited if I was A position, but it's okay. I'm gonna try to remember to vlog a little bit more, because I'm horrible at vlogging when I'm home, but I'm pretty good at vlogging on my layover. So I'm gonna try to vlog a little bit more, but probably in the next few clips, you'll see my new hair. I don't know, it's gonna be crazy. It's not that crazy, but I've never done it before, so yeah. Hello, welcome, good morning. It's not morning. What else is new on this channel? It is 12:33, but to be fair, I did not get into the hotel till 1:30 last night. So I didn't fall asleep till 3, a little after 3, and I tried to wake up at 11, and I managed to get out of bed at like 11:20. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm gonna go get bagel. I'm in New York City, by the way. Did I say that? I feel like every vlog I'm in New York City, and that's just because I desperately hound the whole open time / swap board system to get myself onto these trips. So I am gonna go get a bagel. I'm gonna go to the Met. I've actually never been to the Met, as crazy it sounds, as many times as I've come to New York. I feel like it's just one of those tourist things that I just haven't done yet. And so I'm gonna go to the Met, and then there is a bookstore right, like I guess it's near the Met. I think it's called Albertine. I am so excited. The photos look truly incredible. It looks like almost a mini art exhibit of a bookstore. Like the paint, like it's just, you'll see obviously. By the way, yes, I did chop all my hair off. I have like a really blunt bob, and I did a half up, half down today because yesterday when we were working the flight into New York, I kind of just pinned my hair back behind my ears, but I just hate having hair on my face, especially for work. So I have a feeling this is gonna be the common hairstyle for me with this short hair. Anyways, I would like to go because pickup is at 5:25, which is a little less than 5 hours from now. So we're trying to do as much as we can in 4 hours basically. Hello, hi, it's a few days later, and by few, I mean quite a few. I think the last time I talked to you was when I was getting ready for my New York trip or something, I'm not sure, but I did not film any clips. I was rushing to work that day. Everything just kind of got ahead of me with timing. So I cut my hair and then I went straight, like came home, rushed and got ready and then rushed to work. So I did not have time to film any sort of clips. So obviously you can see my hair is super short. I really like it. I just worked out, so my hair was kind of pulled back. If I can get it brushed out and looking decent a little later, I'll come back on the vlog, kind of show what it looks like really quickly. It's pretty drastic though, like it's super short. I would say it's like probably in between like Adam's apple area maybe and chin, like somewhere in between that. I really like it. It's just kind of getting used to styling it. I'm getting ready to start a set of A-days. Actually, it started today, but I have a airport standby at 3:30 p.m. I know I usually do the late night ones, but I am trying to see what it's like doing these midday ones because the last time I did a midday one, I was not used, so we'll see. But that is all gonna be part of the next vlog. I just wanted to kind of update. So yeah, I'm gonna start getting ready for that, and I'll see you guys on my next vlog. And again, if I have time, I will jump back on here and show my hair in all its glory.